Hi Shreya, glad to have you back. How are you doing?
Yes, hi. I'm doing okay. Yeah.
That's good. How was your week been? What were you up to? How was college?
Yeah, just the same. College has been hectic, so many
Hmm,
classes and assignments piling up. And yeah, my week was overall fine.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Were you able to do something for yourself or just spend time doing something apart from your regular routine?
Yeah, so in college, the environment has been really nice because the fest is coming up.
Huh,
So I was busy in that. So that's something I did in the past week. And apart from that, I went out with my friends.
that's good.
So I did that and
That's wonderful.
sleeping. So yeah,
That's wonderful. It's glad to know.
yeah.
Okay, before I forget, did you try out what we tried our previous session? How did that go?
Yeah, I did try that, but I'm not sure how,
Hmm.
you know, I it works like because the 10-minute break which you told it like kind of did not work out for me because I went ahead from 10 minutes to 15 minutes to 20. So
Okay.
yeah, it kind of get like it was extending.
Okay, that's totally all right. I'm glad you
Yeah.
at least tried it. That's a really good start. And don't worry, as you keep doing it every day, I'm pretty sure you'll get a hang of it.
Yeah.
All right. Before we start, can you tell me about how did you feel when you did that study pattern, and what subject did you choose when you studied?
Right. So I chose macroeconomics since we
Okay.
have a subject this semester about it. And what I felt was that the 30 minutes did work out for me, but the break like kind of like started extending. Like it was I didn't like go back to studying immediately after the break.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what did not work out for me.
Okay.
But what did work out was that like in that 30 minutes I actually focused and I studied.
That's great. So,
Yeah.
see, I'm glad you noticed how you felt. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
And another thing I appreciate is how you started with a difficult subject or some subject that's new for you in this syllabus. So, you can cover up portions and be ready before your exams.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought because macroeconomics portion is a lot
Hmm.
this semester. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll start with that.
Great, great.
So yeah.
Really nice. I remember you just told me about how your break time got increased.
Yes.
So let's try this next session or this whole week until our next session. Maybe you can try it two ways. How about you start with studying for 30 minutes and take a
Hmm.
10-minute break, and keep maybe an alarm or maybe just a timer where you're aware that okay, it's time for 30 minutes, and immediately the alarm rings, you can take a 10-minute break and
Hmm.
ensure even the 10-minute break is timed. So you're really aware of okay, I have to sit for this much time, and the alarm will be a reminder for you that okay, the break is over, I'll have to get back to studies. Now, since 30 minutes didn't work for you this time, we can also maybe try to reduce it. You can maybe just try one session of 30 minutes with a 10-minute
Okay.
break, but when it's timed. So you're going to study exactly 30 minutes and take a break exactly for 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Another thing you could try is if you're too exhausted to do two sessions and if you're not able to get back to study after 10 minutes,
Hmm.
you can try doing a 45-minute session at a stretch and then take a 10-minute break. One session of 45 minutes.
Okay.
I think for this week you can try both and let me know which works for you.
So 45 minutes at a stretch is
Yeah,
the second
option
session
you can try.
option. Okay.
Just try and let me know how you feel. You can choose which is comfortable and we can go ahead working on that.
So in second session, if it's like 45 minutes, can I take more break? Like
Yeah, you can
15,
extend your
20?
break to 15 minutes,
Oh,
and this
that
is
would
just going
work.
to be a one session. But ensure you time it so you're aware that you have to study for 45 minutes and take a break for 15 minutes.
Okay, so I can't take a break in
Yeah,
between.
don't take
Okay,
a
okay.
break in between 45 minutes because then the flow of you studying will break off and it'll be difficult to again get back to that zone.
Okay.
Also, I remember we spoke about the environment where you're studying and what to do
Hmm.
for your distractions or what to do for relaxation. Were you able to try anything?
Yeah, like for relaxation, as you mentioned, like listening to music or
Hmm.
going out, I did that.
Great.
I like being in nature, so that kind of helped.
Hmm.
Distractions, I did keep my phone away, so that sort of worked for me.
Okay.
But again, during that 10 minutes break,
Hmm.
which extended to 15, I scrolled on it a lot as well.
Okay.
But some breaks I went down and like went for a walk. And you also told me about, that I should keep a friend with me, like
Yeah.
take a friend. So like we did go, like my friend, and we were in library. So we both, like, kind of what we did was we kept our phones like at the edge of the table.
Wonderful.
So, and we studied. And so she has a laptop, so
Okay.
she did the timer in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Next time when you're alone, you can also try the timer thing. Just
Yeah.
let me know if it works.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me what are the 2 subjects you would like to start studying with now?
So, like I mentioned, macroeconomics, the portion is hard, and even accounts.
Okay.
So these two take most time.
Done.
So I would, like, I've started with macroeconomics. Now I would like to study or start with the accounts part.
Okay, we'll do one thing. We will take these 2 subjects and try to focus our plan based on these 2 subjects. Like you mentioned, it's a little difficult and it's new for you. Since you picked already macroeconomics, how did you feel about studying it? Anything that bothered you or any challenges you faced while studying it?
Right. Like now that you mention it, like when I look back, I actually don't remember all of the things I studied. I remember only few parts.
Okay.
So, like, I was wondering, is there anything we can do about that for me to remember better?
Okay, I'm really glad you mentioned it. We'll focus on that now. So, how about I will introduce to you this session few study methods. They're just very small techniques, nothing big, nothing very important to learn. They're just small techniques that you can use in your study routine, and it does not have to be a particular subject. You
Okay.
can use this study method for anything and everything.
Okay.
So there are few basics. So there is one called acronyms. That is basically where you read something, and if it's a lot of content or a lot of portions, you would try to make a shortcut for it. So for example, a very common example we've learned till now is Vibgyor. Now Vibgyor is basically the colors of the rainbow. Instead of remembering each of the colors and by hearting the colors, you can form a shortcut called Vibgyor. So instead of remembering it as violet, indigo, blue, and following on, we can actually remember just Vibgyor. So our brain automatically connects it to, okay, Vibgyor is all the 7 colors. Same way for any topic in macroeconomics, accounts, or any other subject that comes in your college, if the content is a lot, you can reduce it and maybe make a small word for it. So if you see that word, you will know what does it stand for. You can just give it a try. It's just a small way to remember things instead of by hearting the whole thing and trying to remember it, because it is a lot of efforts for the brain to remember each and everything.
Yeah.
So when you make a shortcut, it will be easier that every time you're glancing through or revising, when you see that word, you will know what is it.
Oh, okay. Actually, something similar our business management teacher told. So, like, she had mentioned this, like, this STAR acronym,
Okay.
which, situation, then task, and then action and result,
Yeah.
like that. So, I actually remember that. Now that you mention it, now I can apply it in my other study, accounts for it, for example, like my other subjects as well. So I think, like, it didn't click me back then, but now that you mention it, I will try.
Wonderful. So you can keep this as one method and just give it
Yeah.
a try. It just makes learning easier. Now the other method is called self-questioning. Very simple. If I read a paragraph, it's basically that once I read it, I will try to close the book and try to ask myself 3 questions on why did I learn it? What did I learn from it? So after you maybe read it, you will know it's, so when you know the why and what of reading something, it can be registered better. Instead of just learning it or just reading it once, our brain won't know the importance of it and we might tend to forget it. Now when I read something and I ask myself why did I learn it and what did I learn from it, you will have a clear picture on okay, this is why I've learned it, this is what it talks about. So it can be registered and remembered better.
Oh, so it's like self-quizzing myself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, you can try these 2. And another common method is called active recall. Active recall is similar to self-questioning, but here after you learn, you close the book and you try to remember whatever you learned. Just the few points, whatever you recollected. For example, when you read the chapter, you found out 10 points. Now without seeing, you will close the book and try to recollect those 10 points.
Okay.
If not, sometimes we don't tend to remember all 10. For example, I read 10 points, but when I closed it, I remember only 5. In that case, we will open it, again read the 10, close it, and try to recollect the points we missed. So now, active recall is you just closing your book and trying to recall those 10 points.
Oh, this is very similar to what my mom used to do back in the day. Like she
Yeah.
used to like make me read from the book, and then she used to close it, and I used to answer it, and then I used to forget it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay.
That's where it might have come from.
Great.
Yeah.
We can all try this, and I'm pretty sure, see, all our moms used to do it, and now that
Yeah.
we're alone, we can try it by ourselves. Or if it's not happening in the first, because it'll take time, you can maybe call on a friend and just ask them to just ask you questions. And if you're not able to answer them, you can get back, read again, and try it again. Does that sound okay?
That sounds okay, but then sometimes I don't want to ask my friends because what if I mess it up? So, like in that perspective, that's why I don't ask. Maybe I'll try it myself.
Yeah, that's totally all right. If you're not comfortable with somebody asking you, you can try it by yourself. So these are 3 just small study methods you can use in your daily study routine. In those 45 minutes when you're learning something important, and if it's something that is very important that you feel will come in your exam, you can use these 3 study methods. And it just
Alright.
makes learning easier and efficient.
Okay, I'll try it.
Done. Great.
Yeah.
Now, how do you learn these subjects? Do you prefer reading it or writing it?
Mostly like reading first and then writing it. Like a
Okay.
written practice, I feel helps better.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you face any challenges when you write it down?
Yeah, actually, like sometimes I take too much time in like writing it or like copying it from my friend's notebook and like making notes, that it most of my study time goes in that hour of note making,
Okay.
like to make notes maybe. So it takes a lot of time.
Great. I'm glad you mentioned it. So we'll just look into note making also before we wrap up the session. Note making is very simple, and in fact, it sometimes turns out to be really fun for some people because you just try to be more creative when you write notes. Now, what you can do is note making is basically trying to make your work simpler. Instead of hard work, we try to work a little smart. So, for example, I read a textbook, I read a particular topic. We always tend to, okay, let's write down everything, and that's going to take a
Yeah.
lot of time.
Yeah, I just write everything in one
Yeah.
page. Like I just do that.
Yeah, and it's going to take a lot of time, and then after you write, the idea of, okay, I have to learn it is more hard. So now what we can do is just try to be a little easier on ourselves, is we will read something, we will just note down the important points from that paragraph. Instead of writing all the other things that are not important, just the keyword. Once we read something, we can write just the keyword. In fact, there is also something that lot of researchers that say that writing makes it easier for our brain to remember. So instead of just reading it again and again, if we write it twice, it is easier for us to remember it for a long period of time. Now, note making can be done creative. Instead of just writing it down, we can use maybe colorful pencils, pens. So even we will feel like writing more, and all important points can be covered. And when it's in different colors, you can maybe keep one color for important points, one color for maybe the mistakes you have done, and just note it down so it's easier.
So like instead of writing in all like one paragraph, like one page, I divide like the subject or theory part of it into
Yeah.
like paragraphs, and I write key words from all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So not necessarily I have to write the
You don't have to write
like
the whole-
everything.
Yeah. And there are also sometimes you can write bullet points, like put in numbers for the number of points. So next time I see that, okay, I can recollect that, okay, this concept has 9 points.
Okay.
And you can use active recall to try to recollect those 9 points.
All right. Yeah.
And note making can be done so creative that, for example, if there's 2 comparisons between 2 subjects or 2 concepts, you can maybe draw like a box or a diagram where you can divide the concepts. So immediately you glance through, you don't have to read the chapter. You can just see your notes because you've already made a box and differentiated, and even in the box you can mention just the points.
Okay, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, I sometimes just think that okay, it's just better to just write it off, and I did not think that I can make it into a diagram or I can make it into like a, maybe a picture, like something creatively.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might have this long flow chart. You can try to draw that same, but just very colorful. You can use different arrows, circles. So every time your brain sees that image, you can automatically recollect, okay, this is the concept. I know these points. And continuously, you can use note making and active recall, so you can correlate with what is happening.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that makes a lot of sense.
Great.
Yeah.
So just give it a try.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot more easier and efficient. And note making is very helpful, especially in that hectic exam week. Instead of
Yeah.
opening the textbook and reading each and everything, we can just glance through our notes that is made when you all in your study routine. When you every day make notes,
Yeah.
one day before the exam, you can just glance through everything.
Yeah, actually, it might help me during my exams just for last minute revision
Yeah.
as well. So, yeah, thank you so much
That's
about that.
No problem. So next session, just give me a feedback on how did you like, or were you able to use these shortcuts that I taught, that is the acronyms, the self-questioning, what is active recall, and also try these note making and just let me know which worked, and then we'll see how it works later.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
surely let you know.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.